Hey everyone, it's Kayla Coleman, the Chief Operating Officer of the Tyler Miller team, and we are back with another Agent Spotlight. Today I have Nate Johnston on with us.
Yes,
Woo!
AKA Nate-Dawg.
Nate-Dawg, yeah. Who started that first? Or have you been called Nate-Dawg before you joined the team?
Not as much. Like occasionally I've been called like Nate-Dawg throughout like high school and whatnot. But like
hockey.
Yeah, but it's kind of stuck.
Yeah, since I came to the team.
Since I came to the team.
Tyler probably started it.
Yeah, when I first met him.
Oh gosh, you want to talk about that? So it was like April, right? Is that when the Masters is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like April.
Mid-April, I think it was, yeah.
We did everybody make their own mini putt course for like a Masters thing. And I made one that was like with a leaf blower. Like you had to use the leaf blower instead of a putter. And Nate walks in, and Tyler just blasts him with the leaf blower.
I'm like, oh, everybody's here. I'm like, oh, sweet. So I like walk in the front door, and they're just playing around with like balls and putters. I'm like, what in the world?
What am I getting into?
I thought everybody'd be like selling homes or something.
Well, and like you walk in, and it's like everybody's in the front lobby.
Yeah.
You're like, I have no like can catch my breath, anything.
Oh my God, what is going on right now? And Tyler's like, hey, buddy. I'm like, what just happened?
Nothing like breaking the barrier.
Yeah, literally.
Right away. If you didn't like that and didn't fit with that, like, bye.
Yeah, I should have just walked out.
Cool.
Like, yeah, this is not it.
Not about this. Well, you've had some success over the last like month when we first talked to you, or got the numbers from you, whatever. So you've been setting a lot of appointments, which is resulting in contracts for you. So I think it was like you've had 35 appointments in the last month.
I think it's like for me right now, it's just like whether it's like friends, family, and just like people like team leads and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's just kind of getting my name out there and getting and Tyler preaches this every day and so do you. It's like just everybody's got to know in real estate.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what's helped me over the past 2 months. Like I kind of started 2 months ago.
Right.
And it's kind of starting to catch up a little bit.
Well, you started back with the team like end of April, beginning of May. So, you started getting your name out there then.
Yeah.
So it's finally picking up from that.
Yeah. So like I think that's kind of where I'm seeing a lot of my success from is just like people like now know that like, oh, he's actually in real estate and he's like actually doing stuff like before like
and having success because people don't necessarily always want to work with just someone because they're in real estate. Exactly. Now you have like the proven like, hey, I'm actually good at this.
Yeah, like hey, I'm selling homes, my team's selling homes.
Yeah.
So like even if like we're not selling homes, like you guys always just tell us like repost it.
Yeah.
Like everybody will think you sold it.
Yeah.
So
because it's not that you're trying to cheat the system or anything like that. It's your team is having success. Yeah. So use it. Like that's part of why being on it.
You know what I mean?
So who are you meeting with? What have you been doing at those meetings? Kind of where you're getting them from, stuff like that.
Well, back when we did our bingo board, we did like get 50 leads from a lender.
Yep.
So crazy story. I called Michelle Etter out of Bell Bank. And
Shout out Michelle.
Yeah, no kidding. And I called her. I'm like, hey, like we're doing this thing on the team, reaching out to like different lenders to get like old leads. Do you have any? She goes, yeah, like let me get like a list together and I'll send it to you. I was like, all right, sweet. And like a couple days went by and haven't really heard anything from her. So I reached back out and I was like, hey, like, do you have like that list? And she goes, I got something better. I'm like, okay. She's like, I got a developer out of Elk River. Like, he's got a ton of land.
That's where you got him from.
And so she's like, I sent him your name. He'll give you a call later today. I was like, oh, boy.
Yep.
So I was like, sweet. So he called me. He was like, hey, like, let's meet. I'm like, okay. So met with him, had no idea what was going to happen. Like, I had no idea where this was going to go. And he's like, hey, I got like 20-some lots up in Zimmerman. Can you sell them for me? And I was like, I mean, sure.
Yeah.
So I started working on that with Tyler a little bit. And I think what we were trying to do was like find builders to go out and build them. And so I was like going on like the MLS to see what builders kind of built in that price range that would fit in Zimmerman. Yep. Obviously, we're not just going to have some random
no-name Joe.
Yeah, exactly. So we did our research to obviously like help the developer to make sure that we had somebody liable to go in there and do it for them. And when I was calling builders on the MLS, I came across Lee Hennon.
Okay.
He owns Delwood Construction and Delwood Development.
Okay.
And so I called him and I was like, hey, Lee, like I got some land up in Zimmerman. Would you guys be interested in building out there? And he goes, whoa, why don't you sell my 100 lots that I have?
Okay, this is my first time I'm hearing this.
Yeah.
I thought I knew this story. Wow.
And I was like, so I'm like, see a Zimmerman, like I'm.
So you ditched the Zimmerman guy?
No, I didn't ditch Zimmerman. Like I just like the whole like the conversation just like turned.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I got to focus on this to get these.
Wow.
So he just picked up another development too, but like he's got 100 lots on the river, Rum River, Oak Grove, St. Francis, East Bethel,
jeez,
everywhere. And now he's just picked a new one up in Linwood. So he's got so much land, like it's incredible.
That's crazy. I didn't know that story like that. So that's cool.
So I mean, just getting in front of people and making phone calls, and it led to having 100 lots.
Well, and like where that started is you called a lender and asked for business.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know many realtors that are calling lenders and saying, hey, who do you have that I can call? I'm not looking for a fresh, ready to go one. Like, I'll work for them just as much as you, but like, who do you have? And they probably don't get asked that very much. So it, one, proves that you're doing the right things. And two, like, you're out there working for yourself. You're not just looking for handouts, which I don't want to say a lot of realtors are looking for handouts, but it just gives you a different edge. Competitive edge.
Absolutely.
So cool. Who else are you meeting with?
A lot of friends.
Yeah.
You know, like my age group is most like my graduating year technically graduated college last year. So they're all kind of like coming back home. Some of them are like doing like a 5th year and whatnot just for their degree.
Yep.
So like my age group is kind of transitioning from home life to, hey, do we want to rent? Do we want to buy something? So like getting in front of them is kind of my biggest thing. Like I had a couple people like just like scrolling through Instagram, like bought a house and they didn't use me.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit.
How do I do better to get in front of those people?
Yeah, like we knew each other, but like we didn't like talk all the time.
Yep.
Like, but I was just like.
Those are the ones that burn the most.
Yeah, I'm like, why? Yeah. Why did I? But like part of me like blamed him, but I was like, that's like, it's on me. Like I need to do better.
Yeah. And
I think it kind of motivated me a little bit more to like post more on social media. Right.
I'm proud of you. And that's what it took.
Yeah. And yeah, losing a deal. But like getting out in front of people, like I do, Maynard's and Rogers does like a Monday Night Bags tournament, like signing up for that and just being around people that are like eventually going to buy a home within the next year.
Yep.
So like getting in front of them, constantly having contact with them, just to be like, hey, like I still sell homes. Like if you ever need anything, right here.
I'm right here.
So that's kind of where I'm starting to see my success from, is by doing stuff like.
Well, because you're 23.
23, yeah.
Yeah, so like I bought my first house at 22. So I mean, first house, it's still where I live.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're definitely in that age range where people are graduating. They're kind of doing the getting engaged thing. Yeah. People are living together before they get married, which I'm all about. You know, see if you can actually stand the person.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're in that perfect age range right now.
Yeah, and I'm excited too, because like the people that I've worked with, like they've been friends, and like some of them haven't. Like I've never really like known them too.
Yeah.
But like I've grown a connection like ever since like they purchased their home, and like you can kind of see like a kickback now that they're like saying like, hey, like he sold us our home, like go use him.
Yeah.
And
and that's where the gold is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the referrals.
I love it. I love it. So you also have had 2 accepted offers.
I have.
Where are they from? What did you do?
Well, the one was from, it's a personal side.
Okay.
I grew up, played hockey with him. We didn't talk a whole lot, but we actually started coaching hockey together.
Aww.
And we kind of grew more of a connection together through that over the past couple years. And they're getting married next year in September, actually.
So now you got to hopefully get invited to the wedding and go talk to all of his friends.
The crappy thing about it is that it's on September 26th, I believe. That is my girlfriend's brother's wedding. And I'm supposed to be in both weddings. So
I think you have to let down your friend.
Yeah. Unfortunately. So.
Okay, so that's where one came from.
That's where one came from. The other one was my girlfriend's brother. That one kind of got accepted a little while ago. It just took us a little while to close because they were in a lease and whatnot.
Yep.
But we just closed on that at the end of October. And then my third one, it was from a team deal.
Okay.
Me and Tyler and TK were just playing Warzone one night. And he goes, Nate, you want to lead? I was like, sure.
So you'll never miss Warzone.
Never miss Warzone. Never again.
Honey, I get leads when I play Warzone.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah, and he's like, you want to lead? I was like, well, obviously, like, why would I say no?
Did he make you call it while on Warzone?
No, because it was late.
Okay.
It was like 10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, so I was actually emailing Christy P.S. because it was
a deal with her.
A deal with her. And so we were talking late at night, and I called him like the next morning, showed him a few homes. It was kind of tough because they're in a tough price range right now, just with, like the interest rates. Yep. Like the people that were qualified for the 325 back at the 5% are now 275 at the 7-8%. So it was tough, but like we found one in Coon Rapids. We made it happen. We actually got sellers paid closing too.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
negotiated.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So you've been on the team for 6-ish months?
Yeah.
May, June, July, August, September, October.
November. Seven-ish.
7-ish?
Yeah.
So you were in real estate, obviously, before you joined your team. You already had your license and stuff. So since coming here, what do you think has been, like, the biggest change in, I'm going to say you, and I'll clarify that a little bit more, like, since you joined and are been having success? Like, what do you think your success stems from? Is it the people you're around, the things you're doing? What are you?
Yeah, so I was over at Keller Williams for my first year in real estate.
Yep.
I would say my first year of real estate was probably more part-time.
Yeah.
I did a lot of coaching hockey from 6 a.m. to 9 o'clock at night.
Yep.
And
in the summer.
In the summer.
Yeah.
Even in the winter, though, because I was coaching Bantams and I was at the rink every night.
I suppose.
So it was tough. Like, I made it work. But then I met with Tyler, and he was like, hey, like, if you want this to be your career, like, it's got to be a full-time thing.
Yep.
So I made the transition to kind of set hockey aside. Like, I still do it a little bit here and there just to kind of stay in it.
Yep.
Because it's something that I love. But now that I do it full-time, I think the biggest thing that's helped me is, like, when I joined the team is, like, having a group of people that, like, motivate you.
Yeah.
And they all want to have success.
Yep.
I think that's kind of where I get it, like watching Brady take off.
Yeah.
Like it kind of like stems to me as like, wow, he's.
But how many deals do you have under your belt this year too?
6,
5,
4, 5, 4.
Oh,
5.
I thought you had more than that.
I got a ton of land.
Yeah, but those aren't sold.
Still got land. I was supposed to have 6 because 2 lots were supposed to sell, but.
Got it.
Builders are having a tough time.
Okay, but still, like, that's like, how many did you do the years that you were part-time?
Not that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just taking time.
Yep. And, like, it's going to come back around. All those people are going to come back around.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
So just being around the people, you would say, is, like, really where you've found
just,
your
like,
success.
watching, like, Corey and Jordan and watching them succeed in what they do.
Yeah.
I think it's huge.
Yeah.
Like, even watching, like, call night last night.
Yep.
Just, like, listening to the way Tyler would, like, make cold calls. And, like, what, like, the first 3 words out of his mouth were.
Yep.
Just, like, just picking up little things like that and adding it into my stuff.
Yeah.
I think I see it make a difference.
And, like, these people don't want to be called when we're calling them. Like, they inquired at one point in time, so we're going to follow up. But there's gold in there if you can just pound the phones. It sucks getting the FUs every once in a while and all of that, but if you can just breeze past it, you'll do really well.
Absolutely.
So talk to me about your lots a little bit more. Just plug them to the people. What do you have? What are you doing with them?
Yeah, I got in Zimmerman right now. It's in a cul-de-sac actually, so it's a pretty nice area. They're big mature trees. That's hard to say.
That's hard for you. It's okay. We'll get through it.
But yeah, they're 1/4 acre lots.
Okay.
They're going for like 700 or not 700
70,000
to 80,000 right
Words are hard.
now. They are. Math is hard too. I hate math. They're beautiful lots up there though, but the ones on the Rum River, they're 4 acre plus.
Okay. Are those in Zimmerman still?
Nope, those are in Oak Grove.
Oak Grove.
Those are going for like $230 right now.
Wow.
If you use me, we could probably get it in for $220. So anybody looking for Rum River lots, let me know.
How big are those ones?
4 acres.
4 acres each?
Yeah. They're huge.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Can you build like pole buildings
Yep.
out there?
Yep.
Okay.
So you're allowed to do that. You can't put like a split on it though.
A split level house?
Split level home.
Really?
Yep. It's got to be like a 2-story or a rambler.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's just the neighborhood covenant?
That's just the neighborhood covenant because they're all like 600 plus homes. And that's just kind of the rules that they have out there.
Yeah.
They don't want you to throw a split up.
Splits aren't my favorite either. I would rather have a rambler.
And it'd be a little weird just because the lot's so big.
Yeah.
To have
a split on there.
A split on
yeah.
there. It'd just be, I don't want to say it would look weird, but it would look weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, but there's also some that aren't on the river.
Okay.
That are like 1.5 acres all the way up to 4 acres. Those ones are probably going for like $130 right now.
I just am shocked you haven't sold more of those.
It's hard. No,
especially like 4 acres.
I know.
That's really nice.
We're getting showings, just nothing.
My girlfriend lives on the Rum River now that I think about it.
Really?
But in Malacca. So like she could float from her house
all the way down to these.
All the way down to my house.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, I need to buy a house in Oak Grove so that you can float to my house. You know my friend Sam. She owns a flower.
Yeah,
she owns a flower shop
in
Elk River.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
She could just float on down.
Float on
It'd
down.
be a long float, but she could do it. I don't know about getting home, but you can float down. You got to paddle. You got to paddle back upstream.
Yeah. So
cool.
But yeah.
So there's those are the two neighborhoods. Oak Grove and Zimmerman.
Yep, and St. Francis.
St. Francis.
That have 1.5 acre plus lots. They're all going for like $130, $150. We have some in East Bethel too. That back up to Rice Lake, I think.
Okay.
Is what that's actually like a 7 acre lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's long and skinny though.
Okay.
And it's kind of marshland.
Okay.
So it's like you can build like a nice home on it, but you run out of like buildable land.
Yeah,
quick,
because you got to go back versus front or like side to side.
Yeah, you just don't have a lot of frontage.
I remember when you were first getting these lots signed, we were like trying to find where they were on Google Maps so that you could like go photograph them with our photographer, and then you're like, yeah, I just rode around with Bill for the day, and
in his
Tesla, and he's just zooming around. He let Tyler drive it.
Really?
Yeah, up and down around.
It's so quick.
He's like, Kayla, you need to drive it, and I was like, no, because I'll probably want one. but it's okay.
They're sweet. But.
Okay, we're gonna play a little game.
Uh-oh.
I have to look at my notes because I can't remember all of this. I try and do a little game with everybody just to like break it up. Why not? Just a little something.
I love game time.
Okay. I did with Brady, like, if you hear this letter, what's the first thing you think of? And he did, like, all names.
Okay.
Tony, we talked about, like, oldest tricks in the book, which I thought was really fun. I'm going to do words. So instead of giving you a letter, I'm going to give you a word. And you have to tell me the first thing that you think of.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to get my pencil ready because I don't like the order I did these. We'll start easy. Hockey.
Sports.
Okay. That's not what I was thinking you'd say, but I don't
Really?
know. I don't know what I was thinking you'd say.
Hockey, sport. That's what
Sport. Sports.
I love sports.
Coffee.
I don't drink coffee. That's what came to mind. If you want all honesty.
You don't drink coffee?
I hate coffee.
You don't even have a Celsius today. Are you feeling okay?
I did.
You already
my
finished
first podcast.
He's a big deal. Multiple podcasts in a day.
I know, and I'm wearing. I was like, do I bring like a second outfit? Because like I feel like everybody's gonna be like, oh, he only wears the same thing. Awkward.
They'll be posted far enough apart that you'll be fine.
I hope so.
Podcast.
Fun.
I love that. They are fun.
They are.
Like, it's super fun to do them. I will say the editing and, like, getting it up everywhere, that's the sucky part.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
It is fun.
Because I get to know things about I've learned things on each of these about people that I had no idea, even though, like, I thought that we all, like, were close and talk. Winter.
Snowmobiling.
Really?
I love snowmobiling.
What?
Yeah.
I figured you would have said hockey.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a snowmobile?
I do.
What?
Yeah. So
What do you have?
I have a custom.
Oh.
Well, it's a Polaris chassis.
Okay, perfect.
And it's a 2016 Polaris chassis, I want to say.
Are those like the Skittle Editions ones?
No.
Okay. Do you remember those
Yeah.
a few years ago? Oh, I wanted one so bad.
So it's a 155 like tunnel.
Yep.
I have 3-inch paddle tracks, but the cool thing is about it, my dad and grandpa, so his dad used to build snowmobiles together. So my grandpa passed away probably coming up on 4 or 5 years now, I think. So my dad started building the snowmobile with him.
Okay.
And ever since he passed away, I started helping my dad out.
Okay.
So he built it from scratch.
That's cool,
from
though.
Just
so where do you ride?
Because
the snow here, like, we got rid of ours because there hadn't been, like, snow here.
Yeah, so, like, they're mountain sleds.
Yeah.
So, like, you need snow to ride.
So you go to, like, Wyoming?
So he goes to Montana, out in West Yellowstone.
Yep.
Last year they went to Colorado, too. I went out to that one. And then they go out to Alpine, Wyoming, too.
Okay.
So they usually go about 3 trips a year.
I think we went through Alpine when we were just out in Wyoming.
Yeah,
that
beautiful
sounds
place.
Because, like, all of these places already had, like, hundreds of sleds outside. And I was like, what the heck? And Tom's like, yeah, this is where all of our friends come. And I was like, you would not catch me out here.
Yeah.
Like,
It's different.
Have you gone to Michigan?
I have not.
Okay, so if you go to the UP,
okay.
So that's where we used to go to ride, which it's like 4 hours. So, like, it wasn't a hop, skip, and a jump, but we were doing it, like, leave Friday, come back Sunday. But they have the Porcupine Mountains out there, and it's like a state park. So, like, we had little, like, edge chassis, the blue and yellow ones.
Yep.
And there's this kid that he had a Chris Brandt sled, like an old race sled. He bought it from him.
Really?
And he's out there, and he can't turn his sled around worth crap. And, like, granted, his was a long track. Mine's just, like, regular. I think mine was, like, a 120-something. Okay. Like, it was a little sled. But he's going up these chutes and getting off at the top to turn around and come back down. And I'm like, get out of my way, kid. Like, I get up there and I'm like sidetracking it, and I'm the only girl in the entire group. And they're like, you need to get her a bigger sled. Like, she can kill it. And I was like, I don't know. And then the next year we bought our fish house. So I was like, are we going to go ice fishing or snowmobiling? And like, we do a lot of trail riding. So it was like our sleds were slow. So like, I was never enjoying the ride because it was like just trying to keep up with everybody. So it was like, if we were going to buy new sleds, like, I don't know.
I love snowmobiling. It sucks around here, though.
It sucks around here.
Sucks.
Last winter would have been great. Last winter we had a lot of snow.
Last winter it was fun. I went up to my girlfriend's place because her parents have a little land up there.
Oh, there you
So
go.
we just rode around the yard.
Tom said we'll get sleds again when we can hop on the trail by our house and not have to trailer somewhere.
Yeah.
So he still has a little shitty kitty, like a 70s Arctic cat.
Mm-hmm.
But
I can't really trail ride around here, though.
no.
Those things. Because you need snow to keep
They
them cool.
eat the track stuff.
Yeah,
like, you should just get a different track you can put on it that doesn't have 3-inch paddles.
I know, that's a pain in the ass, though. I just don't have time to, because, like, hockey.
Have your dad.
My dad's not going to do that for him. He rides snow bikes now.
Dude, I
Those
feel
are
like I would yeet myself off a mountain.
Those are so fun.
The other place we went to go ride one time was, like, up on the North Shore. We went to, like, is there a town called Emily?
Maybe. Probably. Sure.
I think it was up there.
Okay.
But we went up there, and that was, like, you'd, like, be in the woods, no idea where I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody could murder me.
Yeah.
No idea where I am. And all of a sudden, like, you pull off, and there's the lake. And I'm like, like, Lake Superior. I'm like, oh, jeez.
Hmm.
It was really pretty. Okay. I didn't know that you snowmobiled.
All the time.
I have to come back. Beer. What?
Alcohol.
Okay. Got it.
I love drinking.
I know you do.
My Goldens.
I know. I was going to say Bush, but then
Bush.
I realized you don't like Bush.
I don't mind it.
But it's not your first choice.
It's not my first choice. It's probably my third.
TMT.
Elite.
I like that one. You're trying to suck up for another lead, aren't you?
No.
I'm just teasing.
But maybe.
Okay. This one's kind of funny. Green.
Red.
For those of you that don't know, Nate is
Special.
You're not special. You're special in my heart. He's colorblind.
Barely. I don't know why. Not
You
a lot
do,
of,
you
not,
do. Do you know?
Not a lot of people know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
It's like something, I just, it doesn't affect me though.
No.
But it does, but it doesn't.
It does, but it doesn't. So Nate wasn't born colorblind.
I wasn't. It's a crazy thing.
He had too many concussions in hockey.
And I realized it one day. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
The colors are the same.
Like, I have a thing that's like has a thing in Minnesota and it has a little red heart on it. I was like, what color is that? And he's like, well, it looks green, but I know it's red because I know hearts are red.
Yeah.
So it's little things like that he can catch on to.
But
he'll walk into the office wearing like some green shorts and like a pink top. And I'm like, what color are these, Nate?
They're the same.
It's okay. We help you out. And I thought you were pulling my leg at first.
No.
And
like if you were to throw like a red like marker.
Yeah.
And like grass.
Yeah.
It'd take me a little while.
So you're like the dogs.
I am like the dogs.
Because the TikTok filter.
Yeah. My good friend Nate Dillon's the exact same way.
Really?
Like his red and greens.
He has a hard time.
Yeah. And it happened when he got a concussion too, playing hockey.
That's just so crazy because I don't think people talk about that enough.
Yeah.
Like the concussions, like people talk about the concussions with football and being like such a big thing and having a lot of meetings about it for schools and whatever, but people don't talk about hockey. Yeah. Like you're literally getting a puck whipped at you at like what, 80 miles an hour?
Yeah. Mine happened when I think it happened when I was in North Iowa.
For juniors?
Yeah. Breakaway, save the puck. He didn't stop. He
ran into you.
Oh, he smoked me. I was like, that hurt.
How far out the crease were you?
Not very far.
Not very far.
No.
He just didn't stop.
No, he just didn't stop. I'm like, I look up because like he shot like right in my stomach. I'm like, what an idiot! Like,
yeah,
easy save, buddy. Make me look good. And I look up and I'm like, oh boy.
Did it knock you out?
Oh yeah, I was lights out.
For how long?
I don't know, not very long.
Not very long.
No.
But you came out of the game, or did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went in the lock. I was done. So.
You were like, all right.
But, like the thing that sucked.
The smelling salts aren't going to do it this time.
No, we had to get on a bus.
That's what
though.
I should have done. We should have brought smelling salts. I've never seen them. I've never done them.
They get you going.
We'll have to do that next time. You'll have to bring them in. I'm sure you have some somewhere.
I don't. I actually don't.
Well, that could have been a fun segment.
Give them to my little kids.
No.
We'd probably win every single hockey game.
You can't.
They'd be
do
all
that.
cracked up. They'd be like giving them crack.
You can't do that.
No, I probably shouldn't.
I always love watching like Reeves on the bench. Well, now we don't have Reeves anymore. But like he used to just sit there and pound them during a game.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh God.
I love
Cutting to the bench.
Yeah.
Reeves doing smelling salts.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
And then Dean Emerson yelling at everybody. His facial expressions are hilarious.
I love and then Fleury, they just mic him up and he's a clown.
Oh.
All the time.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to mic on him 24/7 because he's hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's actually just hilarious or if it's his accent.
I think it's his accent.
I think it's his accent.
But he's like known around the league.
Yeah.
To, like be the prankster.
Yeah.
Like when they went to the All-Star game a few years ago, he taped like Sidney Crosby, all his gear together.
See, that would be you if you still played hockey.
Oh yeah, I loved messing with the boys.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Sometimes
fun.
it went a little too far, but we all.
And then you get the one that doesn't think it's fun and gets angry, and then it just ruins it for everybody.
And then we bag skate at practice. And
bag skate.
Bag skate.
What's that?
Where it's like no pucks, you just skate.
Up,
down, up.
Oh, Herbie's.
Herbie's bag skate, same thing.
I've never heard it called bag skate.
But it's typically not Herbie's though. Like it's full on.
Yeah.
2-second rest. Like if you're the last guy, typically I was because I was.
Well, but you had more gear.
Yeah, and I'm not a.
You're not cardio.
No. I played lacrosse, and if you're like a midfielder, a midi, you are back and forth. One game in, I was like, Coach, I got to be an attackman. I can't.
I can't run worth crap.
And he's like, done.
Good choice, buddy.
Good choice, buddy. I'm slow.
Oh.
Slow.
Okay, we got off track, but that was fun.
Just a brick of meat running up and down the field. That's all I am.
But we do need to figure out a wild game. We should figure out sooner rather than later one.
They're going to keep losing.
Don't say that.
Tickets are going to get cheaper.
And then we're going to go.
And then we're going to go.
And they're going to win.
And they're going to win. And that's all I care about.
But we do have to go to, we should get a game in the books. With Lauren and Tom.
Yes.
Okay, I'm down for it.
Okay.
So you mentioned it a little bit earlier. Sorry, I didn't say anything. We're going to transition back to business. Are you okay?
No.
What's wrong?
Everything.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm great.
You mentioned a little bit earlier that you were with Keller Williams before you came to our team and EXP. Mm-hmm. So what made you decide that EXP was a good fit for you? Or was it more the team and so...
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was the whole EXP thing. Because when I met with Tyler, we didn't really talk about what EXP offers. It was more of, hey, this is how we can help grow your business.
Yep.
And this is what we do as a team. Mm-hmm. And I saw more value in that than I did at Keller Williams. Yeah. Just because I was a solo agent over there. Like, we still had, like, trainings and whatnot, but, like, I saw more potential at the Tyler Miller team than I did at Keller.
Okay.
So, like, my office at Keller, there was probably 200 some agents.
That's crazy.
And to be honest with you, it was kind of more of like, I'm just a number.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here we got 12, 11.
There's 11. Tyler's 12.
12. So, like, it's more of a family here and more of, like, everybody's out there to help each other.
Yep.
Not just, you're a number.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
You're not getting the one-on-one help. You're not getting the, like, mentorship. You're not getting the, hey, are you doing okay? I haven't seen you in a week. Or, you know, if you got some personal stuff going on, you know, it's a little bit different here. And if you go missing at Keller Williams for a month, nobody's checking in on you.
Nobody's like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So.
Cool.
I think that was the biggest thing that I saw. Mm-hmm. And I knew about not the stock, but the
revenue share.
The revenue share, like, I knew about a little bit, but, like, I didn't know, like, how great it truly was.
Well, because Keller Williams has profit share.
Yes.
I couldn't think of the word.
But it's not like EXP by any means.
No.
Like, you make a lot more money
doing that. And it's just a way for you to build your retirement.
Yeah.
Some bonus money, you know.
Yeah.
Pay for your wedding someday when you decide to get married to Lauren.
Yeah, one day. One day, maybe.
One day, maybe. Shut up.
No, I'm kidding. It'll be sooner than later. Just don't tell her that.
She's going to listen to this.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
We have to talk about it after.
It just gets her anxious.
Aw, because she loves you.
She does, and I love her.
Aw.
But just
put a ring on it. I will. Okay. So then, so building... See, we get so off track.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Building your extra money and stuff. So since being here, what values do you see with EXP that you maybe didn't know beforehand?
Well, I didn't know we had a stock.
Yeah?
I thought that was kind of cool. Mm-hmm. And, like, when we have an option, like, when we close a deal, like, a certain percentage of our commission can go into that stock.
Yep.
At, like, a discounted price, too.
Yep.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
And it's cool because that comes out before the money comes to you, so you're not having to pay taxes.
Exactly.
On, like, you're not getting all of your income, putting the money into stock, and having to pay taxes on both of that. It's getting pulled ahead of time. Kind of like insurance. Yeah. Like, if you were to get insurance, you're not paying taxes on it.
Exactly. So, and I think our upline process, too, is, like, just, like, the certain people that I'm under.
Yeah.
And, like, being able to, like, actually be in contact with them.
Yep.
Like at Keller, they're like, yeah, you know, you could reach out anytime. It's like, but you really can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're going to get like the short end of the stick.
Yeah. And like the Monday Zooms that we do, and there's always top agents on there.
Yep.
And it's like actually productive.
And the fact that they're like taking the time out of their busy schedules to make this important should show you how important it is.
So I think that's kind of the biggest takeaways that I've been seeing. So when, like on the EXP side, I guess.
Yeah.
that are a little different than Keller Williams.
Cool.
So.
Cool. Well, that's all I have for you.
Okay.
Any closing thoughts?
I did this for Max on our podcast this morning.
So you're going to do it for me now?
Yeah. Okay.
Wait. Stop. I just remembered something. Oh. Who is your upline? Who's in your... So it's you, Max, Brady, Tyler. Or there's a gap.
Is there?
Mm-hmm. It's Max, Brady, Gap, Tyler, TK.
Yep.
DeRoche?
Yes, because he's Brady's, so he would be in mine.
Yeah. So that's 6. And then Parker
Pepperton.
So that's your 7.
7.
But you still have access to the fast forward movement
yes.
stuff because you're with all of us and like whatever. But
so,
I was trying to remember who your line was.
And I think it's kind of cool is like EXP isn't as big as Keller and like Edina and Chris. Well, Chris Lindell is probably smaller than us.
Yeah, I think so.
But like, it's cool because like we're all so close with each other. Mm-hmm. Like at Keller, like there's hundreds of offices.
Yeah.
In the state of Minnesota, and there's so many different things. And like at EXP, like it all seems just kind of like under one.
Yeah.
Like
I think there's people within EXP in Minnesota that you might not know about.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a whole different line that's not connected to the fast forward movement. Yeah. But they're still here. But it's because you're not seeing the offices for EXP because they don't have brick and mortar, which is part of the reason it's so cheap to be here is you don't have to pay for the office space that they have. Mm-hmm. If your team chooses to have an office space, they can, but you're not having to pay for one up front, which is nice.
It is nice.
Okay, sorry. What did you do for Max this morning?
Okay, it's a trick. It's a question.
Oh, shoot.
You drop a yellow hat in the Red Sea.
Okay.
What happens?
Doesn't it float?
It's wet.
What's the sea that like is so full of salt that everything floats?
I don't know.
It's over there somewhere.
Yeah, someplace in Europe probably. I don't know.
No, it's somewhere over like Middle East area. Okay, well that's funny.
Okay, you ready for another one? I begin with E and end with E, but I only have one letter in between.
Eve?
Mm-mm. Oh, good. That's good.
That is.
That is good. It's actually envelope. Ready for my last one? Me and Brady did this last night at call night.
Instead of calling?
No, we made our calls. It was more towards the end, the last 5 minutes.
Okay, what's the last one?
It's, I'm in a corner, but I travel the world.
I have no idea.
A stamp.
Yeah.
Travels the world and it's in a corner.
That's a good one.
That's my favorite.
I wish I had something good to come back with that was appropriate, but I don't. So.
I think we're gonna edit it.
No, that's fine. I mean, I have jokes; they're just not appropriate. Yeah. But okay, well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Me. We'll have you on again sometime soon. Once we get through our rotation of all of you beautiful agents.
Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we will see you next week.